Welcome, everyone, and thanks for joining this training session focused on fastening and anchoring solutions for the electrical trades. My goal today is to walk through the full range of products that electricians use every day, whether you're hanging conduit, supporting cable tray, installing lighting, or fastening into concrete, steel, wood, or metal deck. We'll cover Sammys threaded rod hangers, Tapcon concrete screws, Redhead mechanical anchors, Ramset gas-powered fastening systems, and Buildex self-drilling screws. By the end of this session, you should have a clear understanding of where each product fits, how it installs, and how to make sure your work stays safe, consistent, and code compliant. Before we dive into products, here's a quick snapshot of ITW as a company. We were founded in 1912 in Chicago, and today operate in 57 countries with over 80 divisions. Across the company, we hold nearly 20,000 patents and generate close to $16 billion in annual revenue. For you, that means you're working with a manufacturer that has the size, stability, and innovation to support your work for the long term. ITW is made up of 7 key segments, with construction products being where most of our fasteners that you know and love are produced. The diversity of the ITW portfolio includes businesses in other industries such as automotive, food equipment, welding, polymers and fluids, specialty products, and test and measurement. The anchoring products you use on electrical jobs are backed by the same engineering depth and quality that support some of the largest industries in the world. There are 4 major trends shaping the electrical trade right now. First, the skilled labor shortage. Contractors need tools and anchors that install faster and reduce fatigue. Second, green building codes are raising the bar for performance and compliance. Third, prefab and modular construction continue to grow, which increases the need for consistent, predictable fastening solutions. And finally, supply chain localization, where more and more customers prefer U.S.-made products that they can actually get when they need them. Here's a quick overview of the full ITW CCNA anchoring lineup. For concrete, we have Tapcon, TrueBolt wedge anchors, adhesive anchors like a 7 Plus and C6 Plus, and our EZ-Ancor drywall anchors. For steel, we have Buildex TX screws, and for high-speed fastening, we have both Ramset powder tools and gas tools. On the hanger side, we'll go deep into Sammys, vertical, horizontal, swivel, and steel options. One major advantage of the ITW portfolio is our domestic manufacturing footprint. Many of our core products, including Sammys, Tapcon, TrueBolt, Tex, and a large portion of our Ramset fasteners are made right here in the United States. For electrical work, that helps in 3 ways. You get consistent quality, shorter and more predictable lead times, and you're better positioned to meet Buy American and similar job requirements that show up on public and infrastructure projects. Now let's move into Sammys, which many of you already know from the field. Sammys anchors are our threaded rod anchoring system for hanging light fixtures, conduit, cable tray, and other MEP components. We offer versions to be used for wood, concrete, steel, and metal deck or purlins. So anytime you're suspending equipment or raceways from threaded rod, whether that's electrical, mechanical, or HVAC, there's a Sammys solution designed for that material. Sammys threaded rod anchors come in 1/4 inch, 3/8 inch, and 1/2 inch rod sizes and are engineered for overhead and side mount applications. They're designed and rated for hanging pipe, conduit, lighting, bus duct, cable tray, and junction boxes. Sammys carries UL electrical approvals for conduit, cable, and luminaire support, so you're not just using a generic hanger, you're using a system that's been tested for the types of loads and applications you actually see in the field. Let's take a look specifically at Sammys for wood. These anchors feature a gimlet point and a design that doesn't require pre-drilling in many applications, which speeds things up. Installation is a simple 1-step process using the dedicated nut driver, which helps prevent overdriving and cross-threading. Common electrical applications include supporting conduit, cable tray, lighting, junction boxes, and bus duct from wood joists or beams. Basically, anywhere you would traditionally hang threaded rod from a wood structure. Next, we have Sammys for concrete. These versions are built using the original Tapcon blue screw technology and feature a Climaseal coating for corrosion protection. Installation is typically a 2-step process. You pre-drill a 1/4 inch pilot hole and then drive the Sammy using the correct nut driver. Again, typical applications are supporting conduit, cable tray, lighting, junction boxes, and bus duct from concrete ceilings or beams, especially in parking garages, industrial buildings, or large commercial projects. For steel, Sammys anchors use a TEKS drill point so they can drill, tap, and fasten in a single operation without pre-drilling. They're designed to work in steel thicknesses ranging from light gauge up through heavier structural members. When required, you can use a retaining nut on the backside, but in many cases the formed threads in the steel provide the holding power on their own. You'll see these used on I-beams, bar joists, channel, and structural steel whenever you're hanging threaded rod for electrical supports. When you move into roof deck, pan deck, or purlin applications where you don't have access to the backside, the Express system comes into play. The Sammys Express anchor is ideal when you're working in metal deck where a traditional through bolt and nut simply aren't possible or are very difficult. As you drive the anchor, it compresses and forms a cross-shaped configuration behind the deck, locking it in place. This gives you a secure point to hang threaded rod for conduit, tray, or lighting from metal roof or floor deck systems. This slide introduces the Express Drill/Drive version. Drill/Drive takes the Express concept and makes it even faster. Instead of pre-drilling and then installing, you simply drill and drive in one motion using the dedicated tool. Each anchor comes with a fresh drill bit on the tip. It's UL approved for hanging conduit and luminaires, and it shines on long runs where you're doing dozens or hundreds of similar support points in metal deck or purlins. To make Sammy's installations consistent and code compliant, we offer a full line of installation tools. There are color-coded nut drivers. It's important to use red for the sidewinder, black for vertical installation, and orange for swivel applications. These drivers are designed to stop at the same depth every time, so you don't overdrive the anchor. We also offer an Express and Drill/Drive install tool, a concrete installation kit with bits and drivers, and a pole tool that lets you install anchors from the floor instead of from a lift when conditions allow. Now we're going to transition from Sammys into our Redhead concrete offerings, Tapcon screw anchors and drop-in expansion anchors. Both of these systems are heavily used in electrical applications for mounting conduit straps, junction boxes, electrical panels, and for suspending threaded rod from concrete slabs and beams. Tapcon is the original masonry screw anchor that cuts its own threads into concrete, brick, or block. It is installed quickly, typically around 3 anchors per minute. It is available in the classic blue Climaseal coating, in stainless steel, and in UltraShield high corrosion versions. For electricians, Tapcon is a go-to solution when you want a fast, direct fastening method that doesn't require sleeves or expansion anchors. Here you can see some of the most common Tapcon applications in the electrical world. Mounting electrical panels and disconnects directly to concrete or block walls, fastening junction boxes and straps, attaching furring strips or wood bucks, and supporting ductwork or equipment bracing. The main advantage is speed and simplicity. Simply drill a properly sized hole, clean it out, and drive the Tapcon to the correct embedment. Drop-in anchors give you a flush, threaded attachment point in concrete, which is ideal for suspending threaded rod. Short drop-ins, or RX style, are optimized for hollow core plank, precast, and post-tension slabs where embedment depth is limited. Lipped drop-ins, the RM style, keep the anchor body flush with the surface so all the rods end up at a consistent height. These are available in carbon steel and stainless steel and are commonly used for supporting conduit, cable tray, ductwork, sprinkler pipe, and lighting from concrete ceilings. Next up are Buildex Tex self-drilling screws. Tex fasteners give electricians a faster, stronger, and more reliable way to mount conduit, panels, and electrical components to metal. They drill, tap, and fasten in one operation, eliminating separate drilling and tapping steps. They're designed for everything from light-gauge sheet metal to heavier steel, which makes them extremely versatile on electrical jobs. Here are some highlights why Tex are such a good fit for electrical work. First, there's no pre-drilling required. The self-drilling point speeds up installation of conduit straps, boxes, cable supports, and enclosures. Second, they work across a wide range of materials, from light-gauge metal studs to structural steel. Third, they deliver consistent drive and strong holding power, which reduces callbacks and rework. And finally, they save time and labor by cutting down on tool changes and installation steps. Some common electrical applications for Tex include mounting junction boxes and panels to metal studs or strut, installing conduit straps, cable tray and wire management hardware, securing grounding lugs and electrical enclosures, fastening light fixtures or supports to metal framing or purlins, attaching brackets, supports or gear in data centers and industrial facilities. Anywhere you're fastening steel to steel or accessories to metal framing, techs will likely have an option that fits. Now we'll move into high-speed fastening with Ramset. Ramset systems let you attach conduit clips, junction boxes, hangers, and supports directly into concrete or steel in a single step. Instead of drilling and using a mechanical anchor, you drive a specialized fastener using a powder or gas tool. This is especially valuable for overhead and slab-to-wall installations where speed, dust reduction, and minimized fatigue are critical. The reality many contractors face when they're not using a system built specifically for their trade is there can be a lot of unnecessary confusion or waste. Competitive tools can require high pushdown force and have unbalanced weight, which leads to user fatigue. Bulky tools are hard to fit into tight spaces. Screw anchor methods are time-consuming, require managing bits and drill wear, and can be 10 times slower than a gas tool. Imported consumables may be lower in cost up front but can come with longer lead times and inconsistent quality, and with too many overlapping SKUs, both distributors and contractors can be frustrated trying to pick the right product. Ramset's T4SS is our premier gas-powered fastening system for concrete and steel. It's designed specifically with MEP trades in mind. It gives you a fast, reliable way to attach hangers, clips, and supports for conduit and other systems. With the T4SS, you get high first-shot success rates, very little dust, and a lightweight tool that works well in overhead and tight space applications. The T4SS was built from the ground up for the mechanical, electrical, and plumbing trades. It's not just a generic interior framing tool. The tool is balanced for overhead use, has depth of drive adjustment for different substrates, and uses pre-assembled pins that eliminate the need for separate anchors or pre-drilling. The goal is simple: fewer steps, fewer variables, and a fastening system that matches the way installers work. To reduce downtime, the tool has a high stick rate in harder concrete compared to many alternatives, fast shot-to-shot speed, and fuel and battery gauges that help you avoid unexpected stoppages. To reduce fatigue, it's lighter weight, requires lower pushdown force, and has better balance for overhead work. To increase fastening speed, it's up to 10 times faster than drilling and anchoring, and about 5 times faster than typical powder-actuated tools. The depth of drive adjustment helps you hit proper embedment on the first shot. Some of the key takeaways are that the pins are all pre-assembled. No licensing is required. It meets Made in America standards, and we have a pull tool available for tight spaces overhead. It works in solid concrete, hollow block, pan deck, and steel. As electricians, that means you can use one tool across a wide range of jobs, whether you're fastening into a slab, a wall, deck, or red iron instead of constantly switching tools and fastening methods. Ramset Tool Centers are our authorized locations for tool service, repair, and support. If a T4SS or other Ramset tool needs maintenance, these centers can inspect, service, and get it back into the field quickly. Tool centers also help contractors with training, troubleshooting, and making sure the right fasteners and loads are being used for the application. Alongside the tools themselves, Ramset offers a full range of fasteners and accessories. That includes pre-assembled pins in wide-mouth jars for job site convenience, fuel cells, charges for powder tools, and a variety of clips and attachments used specifically in electrical work. The idea is to give you a complete fastening system and not just a tool, so you can cover most common applications with a cohesive, supported offering. This video shows exactly how to operate, maintain, and troubleshoot your T4SS tool. Choosing ITW CNA means choosing systems designed specifically for your work. On the Sammy side, you get engineered threaded rod hanger solutions with UL approvals and dedicated installation tools. With Tapcon and drop-ins, you get proven concrete anchoring systems that have been used on major commercial jobs for decades. With Ramset T4SS, you get a gas tool purpose-built for MEP, and it's faster, cleaner, and less fatiguing than drilling and anchoring. And with Buildex Techs, you get reliable self-drilling screws that keep your steel-to-steel connections fast and consistent. All of it backed by a U.S. manufacturing commitment. To wrap up, I want to emphasize the support and resources available to you. Our main website is your central hub for product information and technical documents across all our brands, including Sammys, Ramset, Redhead, Tapcon, and Buildex. We also have MEP-specific resources like our MEP catalog. This slide includes a QR code that links directly to our catalog. If you scan that code, you'll get access to a digital version of the catalog that covers all the products we've talked about today. For technical help, you can contact our US-based technical services team by phone or email. They can assist with product selection, approvals, and field questions. Thanks for taking the time to go through this training. We hope it gives you more confidence in choosing the right anchors and fastening systems for your electrical installations, and in knowing how to install them correctly and safely. If you have questions after this session or run into specific applications in the field, please reach out to your ITW rep or our technical services team. We're always here to help. Thanks again and stay safe.